The fate of K-State football is in question. Find out how students are reacting.
And a local jazz performance rocks McCain Auditorium.
And the holiday season is in full effect in the Manhattan area. All that and more coming up in Channel 8 News.
The weather outside is surely frightful, but the snow this weekend just might be delightful. Stay tuned, or later on in the show, we're going to be talking about just how much snow you can be expecting this weekend.
This is KKSU LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Hello, welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Casey Campbell.
And I'm Tiffany Horn. It is now the season for holidays, and today we will look at how the residents of Manhattan celebrate these festivities.
But first, we'll talk about the struggles of holiday travel. With winter storms tearing through the Midwest, I got the opportunity to talk to Thanksgiving travelers who found themselves stranded at Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Known as the busiest travel day of the year, many people took to the skies for their means of transportation over the holiday break. But with inclement weather all over the country, many people found out just how difficult it can quickly become. Traveler Julie Osterman says she believes that the staff are doing a wonderful job trying to get everyone to all of their final destinations.
I think they've been very helpful. They've worked really hard to get us booked on other flights, and it's out of their control whether the flights are canceled or not. They've worked really hard with us to help get us on different flights.
With 4 canceled flights and no guaranteed way on how she intends to get home, Tanya Carr looks to keep her head high by focusing on the positives and enjoying the company of her fellow travelers.
By far the people that we're with, the group of people we're with, make it a lot more tolerable.
With the winter storms tearing through the Midwest, many people are stuck stranded here at places just like Chicago O'Hare International Airport, not knowing when they might be able to get home or how they will be able to get home. With multiple canceled flights and told they were not able to get a flight back to Manhattan for 3 more days, the group began to look at all their options on how they could get back home.
Boy, I hope we're getting on a bus, and that would take us till about 7 o'clock tonight, hopefully, depending on weather and roads.
With almost 13 inches of snow, along with more than 1,200 cancellations at both Chicago airports, airline companies are finally on the right track again to get people to their destinations. When traveling out of Manhattan during rough weather, you can keep track of your flight status via the American Airlines app or at aa.com.
Westar Energy and K-State have come to an agreement to save the university thousands of dollars a year by going green. Channel 8 reporter Brianne Smith is live in Nemaha County with more. Brianne?
Thanks, Tiffany. I'm out here in northeast Kansas in Nemaha County, where a wind turbine farm taking up about 80,000 acres of land and saving K-State nearly $200,000 a year will be built. The grounds for this project have not yet been broken, but Westar Energy says it should be up and running by the year 2020. Gary Weiser, K-State's Energy and Control Manager, says this wind farm will contribute greatly to the school's financial future.
From Nemaha County, which is just north of here. It will provide employment opportunities up there, help the county up there, but it'll also save us some money by reducing the price of the fuel factor.
The wind turbines here in Nemaha County will provide approximately 50% of K-State's energy needs, along with many other businesses and schools across the state, including Washburn University. Wishar explains how quickly K-State will start seeing positive financial changes.
I think we'd probably evaluate on an ongoing basis, and I think the results will be immediate. You know, as the months, we can see our actual consumption on a month-by-month basis.
It's only like a sentence long. This wind farm will serve 14 organizations, including K-State, saving them money for the next 20 years. Live in Nemaha County, Brianne Smith, Channel 8 News. Back to you, Tiffany, in Manhattan.
Thanks, Brianne. The holiday season is finally here, and along with holiday season comes a lot of traveling for most people.
Last year, roughly 107 million Americans traveled more than 50 miles during the holiday season, with more than 90% of those people traveling via car. While road trips can already be stressful, they can become even more stressful if you're not cautious. Card skimmers are small devices that scammers can use to read your card information that can be placed either inside or outside of a gas pump or ATM. According to the National Association for Convenience Stores, about 37 million Americans refuel their vehicles every day, with 29 million of them paying for fuel with credit or debit card. One compromised gas pump can capture the data of about 30 to 100 people in a single day. However, Coleman Younger, a lawyer based in Marysville, says there are some precautions you can take to prevent this from ruining your holiday spirit.
Make sure that you're on top of checking your account. Just open up the app, see if there's anything on there that you didn't spend on your trips on your holidays. When you get to the gas pumps, you can give it a little wiggle where you stick your credit card in, see if it shakes or if it seems like there's a second piece on top. That can be a sign that there's a skimmer on that credit card machine. Also, a lot of credit card pumps anymore have the tape or some kind of reflective or like a hologram that's on the top of that credit card machine. If you can't see that, there might be a problem with it, especially if you look over and see it at the pump next to you. It takes literally seconds.
Another handy tool is to check your smart device. If you open your Bluetooth and see a strange device wanting to connect, it very well could be a skimmer. From Manhattan, Austin Springer, Channel 8 News.
On the topic of crimes, the Kansas Bureau of Investigation released the 2017 state domestic violence and rape numbers this week. In the state of Kansas, 80% of rape victims say they knew their assaulter, with 31% of the suspects being family members or significant others. Kansas also exceeded 1,200 rape reported for the first time since the mid-2000s after the 6 years of declining. Since 2013, reported rapes have consistently increased in the state. When it came to domestic violence in the state, Kansas had 20-year high for domestic violence homicides, peaking at 38, topping the previous high of 35 in 2009. The 2016 total for domestic violence homicide was 19.
The people of Manhattan emerged from their turkey and pie-induced food comas to kick off the Christmas season with the Festival of Lights tree lighting ceremony last Friday in Blue Earth Plaza. For those of you who couldn't make it due to travel plans or Black Friday shopping, Channel 8 reporter Rachel Hogan went for you.
Thanksgiving leftovers had sat in the fridge for less than 24 hours before it came time for Manhattan's Christmas dinner. But for Taylor Barrett's family, it's never too early to start celebrating.
So our decorations have been up since the 1st of November.
So the day after Thanksgiving, part of downtown Manhattan briefly transformed into Whoville for the Festival of Lights tree lighting, the Grinch helping Santa for the big reveal.
3, 2, 1. We have come. We have the storm.
Hundreds of people crowded into Blue Earth Plaza for the annual lighting ceremony of the tallest tree in Kansas, including hundreds of children excited to see Santa. For the little one on Barrett's hip, her request for Father Christmas is a little vague.
Anything that roars.
For other kids, they have their requests nailed down. Kennedy Spreedle asked for a Lego set. She only had one word to describe the experience of seeing Santa himself.
What was it like seeing Santa Claus today? Amazing.
In Manhattan, Rachel Hogan, Channel 8 News.
Not only is this year's tree the tallest in the state, but it's also the tallest pixel-lit tree in the United States. The tree will stand illuminated every day downtown until New Year's Day.
Coming up next, College of Music at K-State hosts the Big Band Jazz at the Student Union.
And Christmas lightings came early for some residents. All that and more when we return.
Your identity is who you are.
Feels pretty good. Hurts a little bit when I'm putting pressure on it, but not too bad.
What's your pain level at?
Probably like a 3.
Okay, cool. So much better than yesterday.
Yeah, a lot better.
All right. Well, I'm going to start to slow it down now.
Okay.
This was my first time taking an online course, and well, it went really, really well. It really did not feel like an online course for me. It felt like we were in a classroom talking and discussing and collaborating with each other. It's a renowned university, and I really take pride in calling myself a Wildcat, and I'm really proud that I'm a K-State alumni now. So I think it adds up a lot of value that I'm from K-State.
Welcome to K-State. We're so excited all of you came to visit us here on campus. We're going to be starting our tour here in front of Anderson Hall, which is our administrative building and kind of our iconic building on campus. It houses our president's office and our vice president for student life. All right, let's get started. We're going to be going to the Union next. It houses our full
K-State School of Music is host to a variety of performances throughout this year. Nearing the end of November, the K-State Jazz Ensemble featured their talent in a show that won't be soon forgotten. Channel 8 reporter Zeb Wiley has the story.
On the evening of November 27th at 7:30 p.m., the K-State Jazz Ensemble gave their second big band's performance of the fall, a musical feature that they have been preparing for months in advance.
Every semester we have 2 big band concerts, one kind of right at Halloween and then one right now today. And it's pretty much a semester's worth of work goes into both of them, just learning about jazz and playing these charts top to bottom.
With such dedication to the craft, it only seems natural that performers and audience stayed long after the music stopped, congratulating each other on their long-awaited night.
Now, just a few moments ago, Forum Hall in the K-State Student Union was roaring with the sound of jazz and thunderous applause. While it may now be empty, one thing that remains are the aspirations of those who performed so well.
Richard Welch, student from Barbados and a proud member of the Jazz Ensemble, remarked on the importance of self-reflection and need for improvement despite good vibes from the audience.
But as a performer, you know, we are want to be self-assessing, and sometimes we can be harsh on ourselves. So I'm contented, although as I'm playing back my performance in my mind, there's some things I could have done differently, but overall, I'm satisfied.
While some were focused on the present and how they can immediately improve their skills, others look to the origins in their music inspiration for their future goals.
I've kind of always been a musician in some way. Like I started, if you count like pots and pans and things like that normal kids do when they're around that age, then you could say I started around like 2 or 3 years old. I would say that this concert is definitely an achievement that I am proud of.
One thing that's certain, it's that the Big Band Jazz Ensemble attracts those who want to make great music through big performances. I'm Zeb Wiley, Channel 8 News.
For more information on the upcoming performances, you can visit K-State's College of Music website at www.kstate.edu/mtd.
In the studio now, we have Austin Springer interviewing Ethan Levine. Austin?
Thanks, Casey. We saw Ethan here in the story, in the last story, and we're fortunate enough to get him here. He's part of the Jazz Ensemble. So, Ethan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. So, quick question for you. What made you decide to get into jazz?
I have loved it for a long time. Back in high school, it was the only way I could play my guitar for school. And so it's a great way to just get involved, and it's good extracurricular.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So now, why does music matter to you?
You know, and it's a passion of my life. It's something I've always wanted to keep doing, and I'm glad I have a chance in college that I can do something I love.
Awesome. So yeah, with it being the holiday season and stuff, is there any particular holiday song that you like to play?
Oh, I mean, my favorite things is always good, but I need to make sure it's still November, so I'm a bit rusty.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got a little bit more time, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So is there any musician in particular that inspired you personally?
Miles Davis really got me into jazz. He's the man.
He is. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about him. His
He's
style is
definition
just so
of cool, right?
I know. He really is. Alrighty. Well, that's about all the time we have with you. We'll go ahead and shoot it back over to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Austin and Ethan. Will the flurries continue to fall, or will we finally get a little sun? We have your weather update after the break.
H1 minus H2 plus V1 squared minus V2 squared all over 2.
K-State fans, are you ready?
I was a little hesitant, but I took the time and I looked at it. I said, number one, this is Kansas State University. That's a solid name institution that is a research institution. It's land grant. You're not going to get better than what Kansas State is and what Kansas State stands for.
And you can actually see it.
One more.
Getting back to school by Monday was a problem for many K-State students due to the severe winter weather conditions. Channel 8 reporter Kylie White has the story.
This past Monday, Kansas State canceled classes up until noon due to severe weather conditions. Director of Administration Cindy Bontrager explained just exactly what goes into this cancellation process.
What I've learned in my experiences in this role is that each event is different. So we look at the amount of snow that is predicted to fall. We look at weather temperatures. We look at the duration of the event.
Once school was officially canceled Monday morning, it was important to release the news as fast as possible to students, allowing them to wait a little bit longer before driving back.
Well, the decision is typically made by the top administrators, our vice president of administration and the provost and president generally get together and talk about what they're going to do. Then our job is to get that word out as quickly as we can.
Sunday, KCI closed its airfields to arrivals, saying no planes could land until visibility improved. With all of the flight cancellations, this made getting back to school by Monday a problem for many out-of-state students.
I'm from California and my classes on Monday were not canceled afternoon for some reason. That was really unfortunate because I had to come back and not make it to my classes because of the flight that was canceled.
I-70 was forced to close this past Sunday because of the tremendous amount of sign-offs and classes. This made it a problem for many college students to get back after Thanksgiving break. At the end of the day, Kansas State wanted to ensure the safety of students over anything else. In Manhattan, I'm Kylie White, Channel 8 News.
To stay updated on future school cancellations, check out Kansas State's Twitter page or K-State's website.
The snow has been very prominent in the Manhattan area. I wonder if we're going to have any sun anytime soon. Our weather reporter, Amelia Andrews, has the weather update for us. Amelia.
Thanks, Tiffany. Good morning and happy Thursday. We're going to start off with our 24-hour agenda. As you can see, we started off the day at 30 degrees, mostly cloudy. It's going to be a high of 41 and then a low of 27. Okay. For our 5-day forecast, as you can see, it's sunny 41 today. Unfortunately, it is going to rain on Friday and Saturday, continuing in the lower 40s. And on Sunday and Monday, we have chances of snow. As you can see, our snowman is walking in on Monday, a low of 19 degrees. But we're expecting 1 to 3 inches of snow on Monday. And on Sunday, it's going to be flurries, but it can accumulate to an inch. Okay, for our Kansas map, as you can see, it's pretty consistent. We are having pretty much a high of 53 and then a low of 41 across Kansas. It's pretty much consistent, nothing too crazy. And for our national temperatures, the weather is staying pretty consistent. Not too much variation, nothing too crazy. I actually recently came back from Florida where it was 73 and partly cloudy, and I came back during a blizzard in Kansas City, which was great. It is going to be 47 partly cloudy in New York, 46 and always cloudy in Seattle, Washington, and 64 and raining in Los Angeles, California, as well as 77 and raining in Houston, Texas. Okay, that wraps it up for our weather update. Football season has come to an end, but everyone is still waiting for an answer on who will be the KSU football coach for next season. We'll have that and more next on Channel 8 News.
Left side 3 ball, yes! Throws it down! Wow! Oh my goodness, Steve! Way up above the rim and a block! Derek Brown taking on Gildas Alexander, and he scores! Are you kidding? Kansas State is headed to the Elite Eight!
We are a family that does not tolerate discrimination of any kind.
A family that represents a diverse and eclectic population.
We are a family that believes
that diversity, inclusion,
and sportsmanship
are expectations.
We are a family that is supportive and seeks to promote a positive and welcoming environment. A family that treats people with respect and dignity.
An empowered family.
Who empowers family.
We are family, diverse and together.
Now throws it up the glass and it goes in. And in one for Peyton Williams. To the left, it's wide open for Reiki. Yes, three-pointer.
Goff gets the ball back, left baseline, 8-footer.
Good. Reiki's answer three-pointer. It's good.
Welcome back. With K-State football falling short, reaching their 9th straight bowl game this year, the question on everyone's mind is, what is the future for K-State's football? For more on sports, let's toss it over to Alex Kemp. Alex?
Thanks, Tiffany. Yes, the question on everyone's mind at Kansas State is the future of the football program. Channel 8's Logan Wassel interviewed some students on their standing of the subject.
K-State football, an event that brings people together with high energy, high stakes, and high rewards. The Wildcats have gone to a bowl game every year since Bill Snyder became coach, until this season.
I personally think he probably coached his last game. The fan base is in a divided standpoint right now. Younger generation is looking more for a dynamic offense, and the older generation probably is a little bit too, but they have better memory of when we were talking about getting rid of our football program, and I was never around during that.
The Wildcats' reputation was on the line this season as they failed to have a winning record. Many students felt let down by the time this season came to a close.
It was a disappointing season for sure, expecting to see good games with a lot of returning players, veterans, and just didn't quite meet the expectations I had as far as what our football program would look like this season.
I think he has enough respect for Kansas State as a university that if he's wanting to retire and get out, he would pretty much just waive the rest of his contract or work on a really low-cost dissolution.
I think he knows the game really well. I think he's getting too old, though. Coach, I mean, if you can't get in the face of your players and really motivate them, I mean, I don't think you can do that as well when you're 70-some years old. I think he's at a point where he could leave the program, but in general, I think he's still a great coach.
K-State's football team has had some good moments this year, but it has definitely had some bad ones, too. Only time will tell if this time next year, Bill Snyder Family Stadium will have a Bill Snyder to go with it. In Manhattan, I'm Logan Wassel, Channel 8 News.
Kansas State is hoping for an answer about the next season this week. After winning the Paradise Jam in the Virgin Islands, the K-State men's basketball team returned home and beat Lehigh on Saturday 77-58. The 12th-ranked Wildcats have started the season 6-0, their best start in 14 years. Senior Dean Wade led the team with 18 points. 14 came in the second half, and he shot for 50%. Barry Brown followed with 16 points and 6 rebounds. K-State went on a 6-0 scoring run to open the second half. A three-pointer from freshman guard Sean Neal Williams gave the Wildcats a 22-point lead. In their third state title game appearance and first since 1993, the Riley County football team lost to Phillipsburg 27-0. Riley County received the ball at the start of the second half but failed to score after Michael Wagner ran the ball down the field for 59 yards. Riley County finished its season 10-3. The Kansas City Chiefs are 9-2 and lead the AFC West with 5 games left in the NFL regular season. Safety Eric Berry returned to practice on Wednesday for the first time since mid-August, although it's not certain whether Berry will play against the Oakland Raiders this week. Berry has not practiced because of what the team describes as a sore heel. The Kansas City Royals hired former St. Louis Cardinals manager Mike Matheny as a special advisor for player development. Matheny will assist with scouting and player development for the Royals. Matheny served as a special assistant in player development for the Cardinals before he was named their manager in November 2011. During 7 years as the Cardinals manager, he was the first manager to reach postseason in each of the first 4 seasons. That's all we have in the world of sports this week. Coming up after the break, we have a live performance from local musician Ethan Levine. Stay tuned.
I know financial aid can be a little harder when you're a non-traditional student, but the financial aid office was great about answering questions, putting you in the right direction. It was just a great office.
Facebook.
They give you all the tools that you need to succeed, from the video modules, well-descriptive electronic communication. They really set the expectations clear, and there's really no surprises, and I would definitely recommend it.
The best-kept secret in Manhattan is not a secret anymore. I'm Wyatt Thompson, the voice of the Wildcats, and welcome to JP's Sports Grill. With daily chef-inspired specials, a full bar, and a diverse menu that has something for everyone, this place is guaranteed to impress. JP Sports Grill, your new favorite spot.
Welcome back. So Amelia, how's the weather going to look like for the rest of the week?
Well, today is going to be the last sunny day, unfortunately, because on Friday and Saturday it is going to be rainy, and then again on Sunday and Monday we're going to have some snow. Less than an inch on Sunday, so it's more on Monday. I'd say 1 to 3 inches, and it's going to be a low of 19 on Monday. So, yep, in case you're going anywhere Sunday, make sure to bundle up because that is going to be the coldest weather.
That wraps up another edition of Channel 8 News.
Make sure you tune in next Thursday for the last show of the year. Now we have guitarist Ethan Levy to play us out. Have a great day.